Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Atuere menele koniero nonge. This is me Yarmako Emmanuel, and today we are going to talk about factors that lead to delay of diagnosis of autism in children. And in my other previous videos, I've talked about the signs. I've talked about, and I've always encouraged parents to be on the watch out. And if they feel anything, they should go see a doctor. They should go see a neurologist or a therapist. It has to be diagnosed by an expert on autism. And so today I will talk about the reasons why a delay happens. And there are so many factors actually that could lead into delay of autism not being detected on time. You see, guys, the many parents that I've interacted with whose children are on this spectrum, the regrets has always been they wish they had taken, they wish they had known earlier. They wish they took it upon themselves to seek help for their children. Because this thing, if you don't seek intervention for your child as early as you can, it becomes difficult for this child to integrate into the community. So today I'll talk about some few factors that actually make it harder for parents to diagnose their children with autism or to seek help. Number one factor is lack of knowledge or lack of understanding of autism as a condition. This lack of knowledge, many parents may not know, and this sometimes, a lot of time, can lead into the child being isolated, being bullied, and sometimes this one can affect them emotionally and psychologically. So it is not a good thing. People, and that is why some of us we have taken it upon ourselves to educate people on this thing because we have dealt with it. We don't want other people to deal with what we have already dealt with. Number two thing is the issue of denial. Many parents whose children are found to be on this spectrum, that all of them, in fact, all the parents that I've dealt with, all the parents that I've met, I've talked to, they've been at some point in denial, not being able to accept what has befallen their children. And that one really, it delays your help. It delays your need to go and help, to go and look for help for your child. So that is my number two thing. Number three is the fact that in some places there are lack of facilities, or maybe the facilities are very few because this thing is now that autism is actually increasing, but before it wasn't really a big thing. It wasn't spreading so fast like the way it is right now. So facilities were really few. Okay, but like a country like mine, South Sudan, we don't even have a lot of facilities. I think we only have one so far that is dealing with autism and other type of special needs for children. So that one also sometimes it can hinder parents from not seeking help for their children. Number four is a lack of awareness, of awareness on the parent side, and that one is also the same as actually not knowing what autism is. And I can assure you guys, many parents that whose kids are on this, they've ended up not the first time they actually had an encounter with autism or what autism was is when their own children were diagnosed with autism. So that is a factor that's really delaying people to seek help, early help for their children. The other part is the other point is the fear of unknown. Many parents fear so much. A parent could be suspecting that the children are not okay. They could even be aware of it because not everybody is not aware of it. So some people they've heard, they've read, they've seen through other people, through the experience of other parents, but they fear. It's like getting to accept this thing. They fear, especially those people who are not in very stable relationships. They might fear that the relationship will go wrong, or they might be not be accepted. Because to be honest, in our society these days, it is a big deal to have a child with a special need. It's really difficult. It's almost impossible to be accepted by the society. People like shun you. People tend to run away from you. So these are the things that many parents who find themselves in such predicament fear. The other thing is the society, and I feel everything, all these points that I've said, they are all under the umbrella of the society. the society, there's a way society view or look at a woman with a child of with special need. In most cases, people will maybe people will accuse you of having maybe have done something before God. Maybe that's why God is punishing you by giving you such a child with special need. People might even, society might even start fearing you, because even me, where I come from, it's even easier if it is if it is a physical defect, because at least there are so many that they can relate to. But this thing that is affecting the nerves, is affecting the neuro, it's hard to convince people. People just think it is spiritual. Maybe you have involved yourself in some witchcraft, or maybe you went and you did something to do with the spiritual power, something. Any, it's something that I can't even put it in words. But to be honest, people go through so much trying to explain what exactly has happened to their children. And the society, it's really has a hand in parents trying to hide their children, in parents not trying to seek help for their children, because people will judge you. The kind of judgment that you will get, it's only God that can really help you and give you that peace of mind, because people will go for you. They'll tell you all sorts of things that you have done. And those are the things that actually make a lot of discourage a lot of parents from not seeking help for their children. But honestly speaking, guys, that is why we are here. That's why we need to talk about them. At the end of the day, that is your child. You need help. You need to seek help for your child. You need your child to be okay. That child exists. It is there with you. And I've realized one thing with the society. It will never actually, once you accept, once you own your situation, you will never give them that power of trying to make it look bad to you, or trying to use it against you, because already you have accepted. So the day you accept the condition of your child, the day you accept to seek help for your child, the society itself will be quiet. They'll never be on your neck, because they'll see you. In fact, if anything, they'll even support you, they'll even join you in even taking care of that child. But the moment you try to hide it, the moment you try to deny, the moment you try to run away from it, that is the day they will be on your neck, they'll be on your case. So the best thing that any parent that would do, the best thing any parent would do is to seek help for their child, is to accept that child as he is. Go seek help. These children, I've seen a lot of them, they have improved. I've seen a lot of kids that have improved. Even personally, from my own testimonies, honestly speaking, guys, the only time I've seen improvement in my child, the only time I've seen changes in my child, is when I accepted him as he is. It's when I decided to close my mind from what the society says, and I decided to accept and be able to help my child in whatever way that I can. That day, the Lord became easy. It became bearable for me, because society will not have any power again. I've taken away that power from them to judge me. I've taken away the power from them for them to drive me around the way they wanted. No, that is my child, and I take charge. I take control of whatever that is happening. So as parents, please, let's seek help for our children. I know that there, we cannot hide them. Let's try to help them in the way that we can see. So, and then the other point is that there's some group of parents who actually confuse autism with maybe a delay in the developmental milestone. And that's not, it's really, sometimes you can think maybe the child would have grown because they're still very young. But with time, you'll come to realize that the child keeps on repeating those behaviors. And that's when now it becomes sure that this child is autistic. So sometimes take your time. If you see that the child is taking longer time to get out of those behavior, then seek help. It can be because there's a big difference between a child who will have autistic tendency and a child who's just be having maybe a delayed speech or a delayed developmental milestone. There's a big difference, because a child that is going to be okay, or a regular child, he may delay in those things, but you will see him, he's coordinating his activities. He will not just do them randomly. He's really as much as he may not have the speech, he will try to coordinate his activities. You will see that whatever he's thinking is correlated. He might not speak, but he will do um, things in a systematic way. Let's say maybe your child is not able to speak properly. You know what this child will do? He will go maybe if he wants to get something, he will go maybe get a chair and then climb on the higher place and then to go and collect whatever that he's collecting. So these are the few points that I have for you today, on factors that make us not seek help for our children. And I thought it is important that we talk about it, because at the end of the day, it is you and your child. It is your effort as a mother, as a parent, that will help that child. It is your effort that will make the society accept that child as he or she is. So let's embrace our children. Let's try to help them in a way that we can. And we always leave the rest to God. And this is what I always encourage myself, that I will do my part. And the other part, I will leave it to God Almighty. He will be the one to handle it. But the one that I can handle, I will do it. And these are the few things that I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. See you in my next video. Bye bye.